Don't treat your marriage like a robot. Strengthen your relationship and your family today by logging on to ahouseunited.tv. ahouseunited.tv.
Today on A House United, we're going to be discussing how to successfully navigate parenting conflicts, family. So we know about this subject, right?
We are in deep with
We are
parenting.
knee-deep in
We are
parenting,
knee-deep in
parenting
parenting.
6 children, 6 beautiful young ladies.
Yeah, daughters. And
Yeah.
their ages, to let you know that we've been in this for a while. Our oldest is a young adult now.
Yeah,
She's a senior in college, 21 years old.
yeah,
Then our second is getting ready to be a junior in college.
right,
She's about to be 20.
yeah.
Then we've got 3 teenagers back to back. We've
Wow.
got a 16-year-old about to be 17,
Mm-hmm.
2 13-year-old
2
twin
13-year-olds.
girls,
Wow.
and then a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So we've been in deep for 21 years,
Woo!
parenting, and then parenting,
Are we getting old or what?
aging gracefully.
Aging gracefully.
I'm grateful for that,
Yeah,
because the opposite would be you would be dead.
dead, right.
It's all good. And then we're parenting daughters at different ages and stages of
Yeah.
life. You know,
Yeah.
so I think about now that we've got a young adult, you know, I'm feeling like I got a little credibility, you know, because of course, you know, it's parenting. It takes a different set of skills at the different ages and stages of life.
Yeah.
You know, parenting a toddler is different than parenting in the elementary age or then a teenager. And then still, even though our oldest is a young adult, we're still
Right.
parenting.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We're still very much involved in her.
She called you the other night before her internship, said, Dad, is Mom still awoke? I want her to look at my outfit.
Did she really?
Yeah.
I didn't know she did
Yeah,
that.
I said, baby,
Aw.
she's asleep. She was a little bit disappointed, but she needed Mama.
You should have woke me up. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, you know, so we're in deep with parenting.
Yeah.
And, you know, people see, you know, our family is pretty public. We get a lot of attention, I think, mostly because of
Of our family.
It's
Yeah.
6 girls. You know,
6 girls.
you know, it's fairly unusual.
Yeah.
And but you know, they can look kind of picture perfect. You know, and they are pretty well-mannered
Yeah.
kids, and it can look like, you know, we have mastered it and everything's perfect, but that could be no further from the truth.
Absolutely.
Now, we have had our share of parenting conflicts.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
know,
difficult.
You just said how at some point you matured and you realized that I knew what it took to be a woman,
Yeah.
and that where you didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so in some scenarios, you just need to fall back and let me do what I need to do
Yeah.
to prepare those girls for womanhood, even if you thought it was a little tough.
Yeah.
So we unfortunately don't have sons,
Right. Yeah.
but I am sure that I would have to do the same
Oh, you know,
if we were raising a son.
Even with daughters, you have had opportunities that you have displayed the ability to fall back as
Oh,
well.
absolutely, yes. Yes.
But I will tell you that it is quite difficult to fall back, to be the parent who has to determine. You have to come to a determination, I got to fall back. This is going nowhere. I think what helps give us the ability, what helped to give me the ability to fall back is as my trust grew in my wife, that she loved those girls just as much as me, and that she would not see any harm come to them. And she would do whatever she could to keep them from harm. That's the kind of love my wife has for our children. And so I trust that in her. As I've matured and grown older, I've learned to trust that in her even more so, to where it has become less difficult
right.
for me to fall back.
Yeah. So, but that's a great segue to go into this really big challenge that we haven't dealt with, but certainly we have dealt with hundreds of people in our church,
Yeah.
families in our church,
Yeah.
who are blended families.
Right.
Now, you know, of course, being a blended family, that means that there's step parents involved.
That's
The
right,
children in the household are they've got another parent outside of the household. And I think you said one of the reasons is it was easier for you to fall back, or easier for me to fall back when we have parenting conflicts, is because we got this mutual love for this kid, and it's easier to fall
We
back.
trust the other
love,
person's heart
because
toward
they're
those
our
children.
natural children.
That's right.
But think about blended families now. Now that's a greater challenge.
Yeah,
That's some space to navigate right there.
many are not able to cross that threshold
Why do you think?
because of that very reason.
They don't trust that the step parent,
They don't have any experience.
the step parent loves their child
Absolutely.
like they love them.
Like they love them. That's
Wow.
what we've heard from many of the couples that we have counseled throughout the years. I'm afraid that this person is not going to treat them like I would treat them. Well, they may not treat them exactly how you may want them treated, but you've got to learn to trust that person's heart until they prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Now, they very well might prove you wrong, but you got to give them an opportunity to prove you wrong at least.
Right.
Don't put your children in harm's way.
Right.
But if the very reason that you and that person are married, that you all are together, is you trust who that person is. Certainly, hopefully you do.
I know when you met somebody and you had a child, or your children were involved, before you married that person, there
took
had
that
to
into
have been
consideration.
something about them that you trusted,
Yeah.
and you at least had to run some kind of
So
litmus
don't stop
test
trusting now.
to say my kid is safe with this person.
Absolutely.
Wow. And to think we're just getting started. Get ready for more on A House United. Don't treat your marriage like a robot. Strengthen your relationship and your family today by logging on to ahouseunited.tv. ahouseunited.tv. A House United cannot fall. The Save the Family revolution is in full effect with the all-new A House United official apparel line. Get your premium t-shirts today at ahouseunited.tv. Wear the message and encourage families to stay together.
We're back talking about parenting conflicts in the family. And we ended the last segment talking about really how we've learned how to fall back.
Yeah.
When there's a conflict, we've learned how to fall back.
There's value in that, but
Yeah.
it's quite difficult.
Right.
It's
it
quite
is
now.
difficult.
It hadn't been as difficult for us as it is for some because we're married.
Right.
All 6 of our children came from our union.
Yeah, we're a traditional family.
So
we're
we're
all
a traditional
6.
family.
Yeah.
And so we understand the love that the other has for those children.
Even if I feel like you're being too easy,
Too rough or too easy or whatever.
easy, or making a decision that I don't necessarily agree with.
Right.
What I have comfort in
Yes.
is that I know you love them,
Absolutely.
and vice versa.
And same here. Yeah.
But then we have this blended family situation now,
Right.
where you've got children in the household with not both natural parents, but a step parent
Yeah.
is involved in the home. So they've got perhaps a natural parent and a step parent in the home, but then the other natural parent outside the
Right.
home.
Yeah.
And so
A
you've
third.
got these
Yeah.
really 3 parents
That's right.
that are invested in this child or children.
You
and
possibly could have 4.
you possibly could have 4. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a complicated situation. And all of them invested
Yes.
in this child.
That's right.
And now you're talking about parenting conflicts.
Absolutely.
War. That takes it
Absolutely.
to really a whole
Whole
other
nother
level. And blended families now surpass traditional families
Wow.
now.
Wow.
So most families are in a blended situation.
Wow.
So we haven't dealt with that, but we, of course, know hundreds of families and have helped walk through
Have
this with
counseled
hundreds of families.
multiple couples.
Over the
Yeah.
years that have this challenge. So let's talk about some of the best practices
Okay.
that we've seen that perhaps will help our viewers. Some of the best practices in dealing with parenting conflicts in a blended family situation.
Well, one that just sticks out to me right off the bat is setting boundaries up front
Right.
before marriage, before you enter into marriage with that future step parent.
Right.
Set and determine those boundaries up front, especially as it relates to discipline.
As it relates to disciplining the child.
Especially bring in that natural parent from outside the marriage.
Well, not necessarily bring them in, but consult them. They may not want to come in.
Well, right,
but you must consult them.
You must consult with them. It's respectful to consult
Absolutely.
with them. That is their child.
Absolutely.
Just as much as it is your child.
Absolutely.
And let them speak with this step parent.
Yeah.
Or this parent that you have married who is not the natural parent of that child.
Right.
Let the natural parent speak with the step parent and get to know them and let them communicate. Let them become comfortable if there is a level of comfort that can never be reached. But if not, at least the natural parent can convey their heart to that other person and say, look, this is a no-no for me with my child. I don't want to see you doing this. This is good for me. I'm good with this. But they need to be able to communicate that.
Right. So establishing disciplinary boundaries.
Absolutely.
With that step parent.
That's right.
Yeah. So if a discipline needs to happen on some level that's outside that boundary,
right,
then you turn them over to the natural parent outside that home.
Absolutely.
But just be respectful.
Be respectful.
If you're a step parent.
That's right.
You know, establishing those boundaries. Another a best practice that I have seen that, you know, I'm the love woman. I bring everything to love. And the families that I have seen really blend successfully and the children be parented well, even when a step parent is involved, is when really they lose the step parent language. They use the stepchild language.
Yeah, yeah.
That the child in that home is, the step parent does not see that child as a stepchild, even though they know they may have disciplinary boundaries with that child.
Yeah.
But they really receive that child as their child.
Yeah, yeah.
And they open up their heart to love their spouse's child.
Yeah.
To love them.
Yeah.
And because to me, when you use that stepchild language, that automatically just stigmatizes the kid right there.
Absolutely.
You know,
it probably turns the kid off.
Absolutely. If you're in this home, you are a child. Even though I may not be your natural parent, I open up my heart and I receive you as
we know a family
child.
like that is working quite successfully.
I know many. That's the only way I've seen it work successfully.
Yeah.
It's when you really open up your heart and you love that child and you see that child as your child, even though you didn't give birth to the child. You actually honor your spouse by doing that.
Absolutely.
Because there's no greater honor. I know if I were in a situation, I brought our daughters into a situation or another marriage, God forbid, you know, if you love my child like I love my child, there's no greater honor you can give me than to love my child.
Absolutely.
But it takes time.
It takes time.
To build that level of trust.
And what you're really talking about is love.
It's love.
The love language. And children, that's really what they're looking for more than anything.
Love and acceptance.
Looking for love and acceptance.
Well, we'll be back to close out this episode of Parenting Conflicts. There is hope for you.
The Save the Family revolution has already begun. We'll be right back. Get ready for a House United Live. Meet the Howards in person and experience a House United Live. Get ready for an evening of love, laughter, and learning how to build a first-class family that lasts a lifetime. Check out the live event schedule today at ahouseunited.tv to see when Dexter and Genette will be in a city near you. ahouseunited.tv. The Save the Family movement has already begun. Get ready for A House United Live. The all-new A House United digital television series also works as a great tool for small groups or couples events and is totally free. Did I say it was free? Just log on to the A House United website or go to our YouTube page. Watch the episodes and download the discussion questions. Have a great time as you strengthen your marriage and your family. Did I say it was free? For more information, including tips on how to host a couples night, small group, or family event, log on to ahouseunited.tv. ahouseunited.tv. A great tool for small groups or couples events, and is totally free.
Wow, we have been digging into this subject on how to navigate parenting conflicts successfully.
Yes. So we just want to leave you with 5 key things that we think have come out of this conversation that can really help you make a shift in your family life. And the first thing, the essential, is communication.
Yeah.
Communication between all parents involved. We know in the traditional family, that's just, one mother and one father. But in blended family situations, there could literally be 4 parent types that are involved in this, in rearing a child.
Yeah.
And so communication between all parents involved is really, really key.
It's critical.
Second is respect
Yeah.
between all parents that have an interest or an investment in this family. You must respect the other parent's interest, the other parent's investment, even in a step-parent situation. If that child is in the home, they have an interest and an investment, and that must be respected. And of course, the natural parent's interest and investment and perspective must be respected.
Yes.
Even if you don't agree with it, you must at least respect it. They must be respected.
Right.
Showing respect for somebody will take you a long way.
That's exactly right.
So at least respect it. And then third, my favorite word is love. And when I say love, I mean love for the child.
Yeah.
Put your selfishness aside. In a step-parent situation, even bitterness aside, and consider the child and your love for the child. One of the key ways to express love for a child in a blended family situation is let go of that language of step.
Yeah.
When they come into your home, if it's not your natural child, they are a child. Let go of the language of stepchild, okay? And they're a child. And there's great language. I've heard people call them bonus children or whatever, if you need to make some kind of distinguishment.
Some kids refer to their parents as bonus mom,
bonus
dad.
Mom, bonus dad. It's my bonus child. This is just my child, But don't distinguish them as a stepchild. That automatically, creates some resistance for the child, at least. So just take them on in your heart, open your heart and receive them with love as a child. And then understand that one day that child will no longer be in your house.
Yeah.
We keep that in mind. And so we endeavor not to let parenting conflicts pull us apart as husband and wife.
Right.
Because they'll be gone and we still want to have a loving relationship with each other.
That's right.
So resist that, okay? And then last thing, as my husband would say, know when to fall back.
Know when to fall
And
back.
trust the other parent has that child's best interest at heart, and let them do what they do, okay? Ultimately, it's about love and trust for the family, loving that child, and doing what it takes to be at peace in the home.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of House United. We know this topic of parenting conflicts it goes deep and wide. Yeah. And if you would like to hear more, let us know in the comments section. We'll come back, we'll host some live broadcasts, and we'll talk about this more and answer some of your specific questions about parenting in your family. God bless you. We'll see you next time.
God bless you. Bye-bye.